Good morning. I've got some music playing in the background. Found this morning. It says 1 hour epic worship music, warfare, new 2025 from Between Fire and Glory. This is amazing. It's like lifting my spirits this morning. So I'm going to lower it, but I'm going to have that in the background because this is really encouraging. So I found the template. I don't know how I missed this for how I'm supposed to do my first assignment. Um, I'm recording this, so I'm going to put this on YouTube right now. What I'm doing to record this to get it on YouTube is I'm on Zoom. So let me lower this. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go where I found that document. So let's see. We want to share the SNHU site. Okie dokie. So let's see. This is where you find Brightspace again. For those who are just joining, who have not come across my videos before, I am a Christian, first and foremost. I'm a nurse manager and a student back to college. I start my first class October 27th, and it is to earn my bachelor's degree. I've had an associate's degree for 26 years, and my facility is requiring that I get a higher level of education. So it's going to be a challenge for me with my work schedule because like today and tomorrow I work late. I could get out of there very late. I can't leave my facility until the last patient is out. I work at a outpatient surgical center. So, but I'm encouraged because I'm starting to feel excited about this process. I did already pick a research topic, but in the brief time that I have been looking for materials, I'm finding that it's not supporting what I'm trying to say. So I may have to take a shift here. Don't have that answer yet. Actually, this is distracting. Let me shut it off for a second. I don't have that yet. What I'm going to hone in on because I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, but I'm going to keep looking. Excuse me, my nose is running this morning. All right, let's go to Brightspace on here. And this is going to take me to my courses. So I did this one here. The first year experience is to learn how to navigate the site, which I did all those videos. So we're going to go to the actual class. I'm doing one class at a time because that's all I can handle. I started looking at this here, learning resources for paths to success. But in module 1, let's see, assignment information. Let me see where it is because I can't remember where I found this. But let's start navigating here. So let's look at what this says. The syllabus, and then this is the common general education map, the course map, and then this thing I haven't really delved into, but I was told that we have to record ourselves when we do some of the assignments. This is about general questions. I've not read this one yet. So if you have questions or concerns about the course, information related to the course, or something that relates to the current module, but is not necessarily related to a current discussion, please post it here in this discussion. So I don't know if this is where our instructor will address that, because I mean, we do have her email. All right, let me jump to module 1 and see if it was in here. Okay, the introduction. Module 1 introduction. Let's see what it says here. Choose a topic for a written communication. Explain the purpose of research in a written communication. Develop a research question and use citations. I'm going to use APA because that's what I had used when I was getting my associate's degree. Although I can't remember it, I'm hoping it comes back. The purpose is purpose of research in the writing process is what I'm going to learn about, and then how to develop a research question, and then choosing the format. I'll learn how to focus my time and attention on sources that support my topic and writing. It's to help guide my thinking towards a persuasive topic. So I did, like I said, I did pick out an article from what their recommendations were. So in here, it's called English 190 Project Resource Document. The first thing they're doing is saying review the category options and choose a category that most interests you. Include your chosen category in your assignment submission. Review the related article for the category. Choose one article. As you review the article, brainstorm possible topic ideas. That's where I'm at in the process right now. Identify a debatable topic, then brainstorm possible research questions that align with your topic. So they give an example of an article here on higher education. And then the student reviewed related articles. The student chose which format they would put it in. And then here's a little quote on the bottom in APA format of that article. So they're kind of giving you an example of how it should look. Step 4, the student then reviewed the article and they chose and brainstormed possible topic ideas and research questions that are debatable and could be used in a persuasive essay. So the article that I chose doesn't sound very debatable to me because it's pretty straightforward and common sense. So it is a study. The evidence overwhelmingly says a 4-day work week are good for everyone. This was by Matthew Dennis, published October 2nd, 2022. Though on here, compressed work stress, it says that some trials used 4 longer days, 10 hours each, instead of cutting total weekly hours. Critics say this can actually increase fatigue, stress, or burnout, especially for parents and caregivers. So 4 days isn't automatically better if the total hours stay the same. I did find one research article that talked about the effect of longer shift hours on your health. I could go that route, but that's so straightforward. There's what argument is there? So my thing is, the reason I chose that article is because I work at an outpatient surgical center. Right now we do 4 10-hour shifts, and we're closed on Friday. But I started thinking about, I know eventually they would like to go to 5 days, possibly. This model might not work for our center because of the financial implications. Granted, we're open, the building's open, we still have to heat the building, we still have to have electricity running. There are costs that continue whether we're open or closed. But I believe, and I'm not positive, I need to dig into this a little bit more. And I'm jumping the gun here. How it is that if we were to open an extra day, I mean, we'd be able to see more patients, and then maybe shorter cases that might actually be better, and have more money, more income. So I'm almost talking myself out of this because I thought, no, I don't want them to do the 5 days because that's going to mean one less day for me to have personal time. Well, actually, what personal time? I'm in school. There's no personal time anymore. And I am on call. Now, my boss does cover me on Fridays, but I still have to be available because I am the manager. And if I'm on vacation, she absolutely covers. But here's the thing I didn't think about before. And I've encountered this as a nurse, not a nursing student, as a patient. Since I have only Fridays off, a lot of times I need to have medical things done, see physicians and dentists, and not every facility or every medical clinic is open on Fridays. So that's another thought I never thought about, what the effect on patients is. But I don't know if I can find research on that. Because I can tell you it's really inconvenient if that's the only day that you have off. You don't want to use, especially in management, like, yeah, most employees can take a day off, PTO, and go to the doctors. But because I'm a manager, that work doesn't get done when I'm gone. And so then I come back and it's a pile of work plus the already heavy load I bear. And I hate taking off just because of that, because then I have a big mess to sort through. What I did find that I'm very excited about, we were asking for help. So there's several of my employees that are taking this class at the same time. There's several nurses who are in different programs who are working towards their bachelor's as well. We were asking one of the nurses yesterday, how do we write this out? but I'd never realized I already had how to work it out. So on the SNHU site, it says English 190 module, one assignment, exemplar. I didn't know what that word meant. It's an example of how to write it. Oh my God. I don't know how I brushed past that. And I'm going to see if I can find it on this site to show you because it breaks it down. It shows exactly what you need. So let me find it now. Oh, okay. Read the module guide, review the resources, complete the initial post. All right. Where on earth did I find that? See, this is the problem when you're new to these sites. You are going through here. This one says I renewed. Let's see if it's in here. You're going through a site that you're not familiar with, and you will find stuff, and then you try to find it again, and you can't. This is the biggest challenge. I mean, it's just like learning any program. Okay, so here's the guide. Maybe it's in here. Model 1 guide, the importance of research, using research to persuade, selecting source and identifying a topic, research question, citation, key questions. All right, you read this topic. Nope, that's not it. What's cool about this is one thing I've enjoyed. I think this is it. So what's cool about this site is there is an option to listen. So if you have a hard time reading, maybe it makes you sleepy, maybe you learn better by hearing, you can press play. Now, mind you, it does sound like a computer generated voice, but it helps. So project resource document. This is what I was talking about. You click on here, required resources, and this is where you're going to find your subject that you're going to choose from. All right. So here it is. Here's the categories. Category 1 is higher education. 2 is business and finance. 3 is physical and mental health. The other one is innovative technologies and the humanities. So here are the actual APA formatted citations of each article. So what I choose was, is it on here? Let me find it. Where did it go? Labor cause, examining. Oh, this is pretty long. So, and then there's COVID studies. Here it goes. So the evidence overwhelmingly says a 4-day work week are good for everyone. So here's what I'm going to copy because this is how I will cite this. And I already have a Word document waiting for me to open and put stuff on. Here's a blank one. I'm going to paste this. And I'm going to save as. Article citation. Let me put 4-day work week because I imagine I'm going to have more articles and then I won't be able to tell which one's which. So I'm saving that. Okay, so that's the first thing I do. Since once you select your article, part of the instructions on that example are that you quote, let's see, where is it? All right, so let me read the instructions here. So select a category, select one of the articles, identify a debatable topic, write a research question, state the purpose. All right, that's okay. So select one of the articles and then it says your citation. So that's number 2 on here. Probably can't see it, but I got to find that article for us. So let me go back. All right. Okay, so we're back to that page because this is where all those resources are. So now, this is the link that takes you to where to read the article about how to write anything. It's with the link is basically leads you to there's an article there that was written by a cop addressing a reporter, which was very emotional and very persuasive. So there's different styles of using persuading your audience. Emotional appeal is one of them. I think that's called ethos. All right, so here's the actual reading that you will do, chapter 8. And I'm still trying to find that guide. Let's see what's called. Exemplar. There on your topic. Where the heck is it? It's not in here. Ay, ay, ay. How did I find that? This is what's the problem here. Let me click on this and just see, just for kicks and giggles. Using persuasive appeals. Takes a little while to download. Oh, this is the actual ebook. And I think this is the chapter. Wow, see, I feel like I am in a maze right now, trying to navigate through. And I am supposed to be getting ready for work, so I don't have a lot of time to do this, but I wanted to help those of you who are in a class. Here's the library guide. Library guide provides information related to getting started. Let's look at that real quick. Oh, that's a video. That's not what we want. Research question, that's also video. These are all videos, so you see the time on it. Brainstorming, narrowing your topic. Narrowing and broadening topic, academic integrity. Okay, where on earth is this article? I wonder if it was in, here's the rubric, but that's not it. Where on earth is this? Let me go back here and see, because there was something on the left side of the screen under the course that had like resources. Let's see, tools and stuff. Course manual, tools, course menu, learning modules, discussions, assignments. Maybe under assignments. Assignment research question. That's the first thing we're going to be doing. Oh, it's not letting me do. Oh, here we go. Points. Jiminy Cricket. Why can't I find this? I hope that I can actually find this. Here's guidelines. Directions. Is this the same thing? Let me read this. A, select. No, this is not the same thing. Oh my goodness. One assignment. Here it is. I found it. I found it. Okay. Yay, yay, yay. So you go on the left-handed screen, and that's where you're finding how the link to this. So supporting materials. Jesus Christ. Can't believe that. Sorry. Here it is. Yay! This is how you're going to write it. So you basically, what I would do, and this is what I'm going to do now, is I'm going to copy the whole thing here. See, is that as long as it goes? Yep. Copy. I'm going to do another Word document. Where the heck's the Word document? Do another document. So we're going to do new. I'm going to paste this here. Whoops. Paste. And this is where you can kind of cut and paste. Oh my God, that did not transfer over well, did that? Ay, ay, ay. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I'm using what I already have in front of me. I'm going to kind of fix this. And then please, okay, this is number 1. And then it's 1A. I'm going to move number 2. So I just basically have to separate this. So what I'm going to do is use this as a guideline and kind of fill in the gaps. Where's number 4? For what we're doing. Where's number 5? Where is number 5? 4? Oh, 5 is, it should be down here somewhere, huh? Where? Oh, there's 5. So kind of using it like a blank, well, not a blank, like fill in the oh, here goes a suggested template. In order to solve the problem of blank, what does blank need to do? All right, well, that doesn't sound like it's anything I'm using right now. So select the category. So what I selected was, I'm going to put in here, I selected, and what is it called again? study the evidence, overwhelmingly says for day, I type in yes, work weeks good for everyone. I wonder if I'm supposed to be quoting that. Probably, right? Do I quote it like that? I don't know. Somebody help me out here with comments, because that's the actual article. And then I'm going to put by Matthew Dennis, published October 2nd, 2022. Okay, so then that's the first thing. So you're going to put in what you selected. Select one of the articles. And now, remember where I did that citation? We're going to cut this out of here. And let's go to where that page was for the citation that I did. Is this it? Yep. And we're going to plug in the citation. This is very helpful. Copy that. And let me get that out of there. We're going to paste it. Paste. Okay. And then 3, identify a debatable topic. And this is where I can't continue because I don't know which route I'm going to go. What I'm going to do during the week, I get up at 3:30 now. My body's been waking me up. And actually, that's when I'm the freshest. So I'm trying to do a little bit of schoolwork before I go to work. What I'm going to do is try to think on this a little bit more. And by think on it, I mean actually try to find articles on possibly, if I can't find, I know I found articles on the effects on like retention and employee satisfaction, but I want to see if I can find articles on productivity. Like if we stay at 4 days a week, are we still making enough of money for the hospital? If we go to 5 days, would that be more productive? And you know what? I'm going to be convincing myself what the right path to take is. Because I actually was going to use this article to say, hey, no, let's stay at 4 days. But that's awfully selfish of me, isn't it? I mean, yes, okay, I'm a nurse and nurses don't really care about money, but I am a nurse manager and I am responsible to make sure that, well, I've not done that part of my job yet, as far as like looking at the expenses daily. That's something that my director has taken care of, but we're being trained in this. It's going to be coming. So I need to start looking at that. Anyway, I hope that this has helped you. The next step after you decide what you want to narrow in on, you're going to write your research question, and then you're going to state the purpose of your research. And so like here, the example was, I want to learn more about possible solutions for adjunct professors not having healthcare access. Research will help me better understand the current state of issues, blah, blah, blah. I hope that was helpful. I do have to finish getting ready for work. Everybody have a wonderful day. Let me open this up wider so I can stop the recording. And hopefully this helped you.